Welcome back to the Puppet Workshop Part 2. So make sure you already download the Part 2 folder. Inside the folder we have folder A and B. Double click to open folder A. And you will see Complete and Practice. So if you want to check the final results, you can open Complete. And to start, hold your left key and then drag and drop this file to the 3D window. Next, we will need to draw a circle in the 2D pattern window. So to do this, we need to hold down the polygon button and then choose Ellipse or use a shortcut E. Then left click to open the Create Ellipse window and then change the diameter to 10 for width and height. And then click OK. We will need to assign new fabric to the circle. So to do this, we need to use Transform Pattern. Zoom in and then right click, choose Assign to New Fabric. Use Transform Pattern to select the circle and then scroll down in the Property Editor and then change the particle distance to 0.8 mm and change the additional thickness rendering to 100. Next, we will check the circle in 3D window. So it looks thicker because we increased the value for the additional thickness rendering. So make sure you are selecting it, and then we will need to export it as a OBJ file. So click File, Export, OBJ selected. And then choose the correct export options. So we will choose single object, big, and then the scale will be in millimeter. And then click OK to confirm. So after we export the OBJ, we can delete the pattern. Select and delete. And then we will click File, choose Import Add, OBJ. So you will find the OBJ in the same folder. Open. The load type should be Add, and then the object type, please choose to Trim, and the scale should be 40%. And then we can click OK to confirm. The next step, we need to glue this OBJ to the tip of the head. So to do that, we need to click this glue icon and then left click again to place it at the tip. So if necessary, we can rotate the OBJ a little bit. And use the yellow square to adjust the position. And we will need to double check the OBJ weight. So select and then go to the Property Editor. So you can see the weight is 72 something gram now, so it's too heavy. So we need to change the number to 2 to make sure it is not too heavy when you turn on the simulation. Okay, we can turn on the simulation and then interact the pattern and then see how it reacts. So it looks quite nice in terms of the position and the scale. Okay, so we can turn off the simulation now. Okay, so now we will move on to the render. Click render and then choose the first one. So now we are just going to preview the fur result. So we can click this image and video properties and then make sure the image size and resolution are not too high. And then we can click the interactive render. So we need to change the pom-pom material to fur, and we can zoom in to preview it clearly, and then select this OBJ. Then we will choose the material type to fur. So you can see fur is only can be previewed in render window. Now the preview is showing the fur results, and we can see that we need to change the length because now it's too long. Okay, so you can find length under the base, change 50 to 10. And we want to lower the value for the glossiness, so we will change to 0. And we want it looks less soft to give a more synthetic feeling. So I will change the value to 0 for softness as well. Also, I will change the thickness to 0.8 and bend 0.15. So you can keep adjusting the value until you get the ideal result, and this is what I want. After we finish making the pom-pom, we can stop the render, and then we can zoom out to show the whole Christmas hat. Now we are going to change this trim to fur material. Okay, so let's open fabric folder in CLO library. So double click and then type fur in the searching bar. So you can choose one of the fur fabric to the object browser. So I will choose this one, hold my left key and then drop to the thumbnail. So as we are still selecting the OBJ, we can't see the properties of this fur fabric, so we need to select. And then the first thing, we need to change the color to white. So click the color chips and then choose white. Okay. And we need to double check the back and side as well. So click back, and then the type is matte, which is okay because we are not showing the back side, so we don't need to set it as fur. And color, change the color to white. Side, we need to change the side to fur, and then set the same options and the same value as front, but we can also check this box in order to use the same material as front. Okay, so we can turn on the interactive render again. And then the next step is we are going to adjust the fur detail value to have a better appearance. We will keep the interact rendering on, and then we will start to change the parameters. So first of all, we will change length to 8 mm. Okay, so the fur looks shorter. And then thickness 0.7, band 0.8, and then glossiness, we will keep both glossiness value as 0, and then softness 1. After we finish, we can zoom in and then rotate the avatar to check, and it looks better than before. So this is the fir tree for the Christmas hat. Now we move on to the next step. We will learn how to create custom beads. First, we will need to close the render window. And then we need to create a new fabric here. Click Add to create. Choose the new fabric, fabric 1, and then choose rectangle 2 here. And then left click to open the create rectangle window. Insert the measurement 13 mm for width and 13 for height as well. And then click OK to confirm. Next, we will need to choose Edit Pattern. And then right click on the outline. Choose Split. In order to add a middle point on the outline, we need to choose Uniform Split. And then the number of segments should be 2. So we will have 2 segments in the same length. Click OK to confirm. And then we will do the same for the other outline. Right click, Split. Choose Uniform Split. The number of segments 2. OK. So now we have 2 middle points on the outlines. Then we will use base 2 to draw base lines. Choose base polygon, and then left click to start drawing the base line, and then double click to stop at this corner. And then do the same for this corner. So left click to start drawing, and then move the line to the same corner, double click to cut the line. And then we will draw the final baseline, double click to end. So we will have 3 baselines in total. According to our notes, we need to use edit pattern to drag the points downward. So the first one, we need to drag it by 9 millimeters, and then we need to drag the other one by 8 millimeters, and then 9 millimeters again. And then choose edit pattern. And then hold your left key to drag the point. Right click to get the moving distance box. Then we will type 9 millimeters for the distance moved. And then we will do the same for the next point. Hold your left key, drag, right click. This time 8 millimeters. And then the final point, also hold your left key to drag, and then right click 9 millimeters. Now we can unfold the outline to complete the star shape. So right click, choose unfold. And then we can delete the middle point. And then right click, unfold again. Then we will need to lower the curvature value to 10 and the particle distance to 0.8 millimeter. Also, we will need to increase the thickness rendering value to 1.5 millimeter. Now we can zoom out and then focus on the star pattern. You can even press F key to focus. And then we can rotate to the side view a little bit. And then we can follow the notes to change the curvature percentage to 10. So you can see the edge become sharper and crispy. Then we will lower the particle distance to 0.8 and increase the thickness rendering to 1.5 millimeters. And then we will export the pattern as OBJ. So click to select and then choose File, Export, OBJ selected, star B. Then we can choose the correct options, single object, and then choose fake. And then we will choose the same file option, save with absolute texture image file path. Click OK to confirm. Now you can find the star bead OBJ in the folder. Now we need to create a thumbnail for the bee. So select the bee and then rotate to the front. Right click and then choose Format 3D Background. So let's choose Solid Fill and then select Gray as the background. Click OK to confirm. And then we will use a image capture tool. So open it and then click New. So we can capture in the 3D window. And then we will right click and then save it as the thumbnail. So select the correct file path and then we name this image and make sure we save it as JPEG. Okay, then click Save. Okay, we can right-click the background, Format 3D Background, and then choose Picture or Texture Fill again to convert back to the original background. And then we can select and delete the pattern. Press 2 to go back to the front view, and then we will click File, Import Add OBJ to add this star bead to the 3D window. So we can keep the options like this. So we don't need to change anything specifically for the export options. First, select the star and then zoom in. And then we will use the gizmo tool to rotate the star. Hold your shift key to rotate. And then show the gizmo tool again. And then use the green arrow to adjust the position. Make sure it is touching the 3D grid. And we can press 0, the number 0 key to see the bottom view, and then adjust it again. Make sure the center of the star is matching the intersecting point of the 3D grid. And then keep adjusting. And make sure the star is not underneath the 3D grid. Is above the 3D grid. Zoom in to double check. Okay, so I think it's ready to export again. So click File, Export, OBJ selected. And then we will click the original one to override it. Save. So we will replace the old one. So we will get the same options to select before the exportation. And this time we need to open up the select all avatars options, and we need to choose this one because we are going to export this OBJ again. Okay, so we can click OK. Now we can register this star bead. So we will go to button page in the object browser, select this default button, and then we will click this cross icon. So we will rename it as star bead, and then we will choose the correct OBJ. And we will also add the thumbnail to register this custom button. Click OK, and then the information window will show we are already registered this star bead as a button. After exporting the OBJ again, we can delete the original one. So click and then press delete key to delete. Then press number 2 key, go back to the front view. Now we can zoom in the Christmas hat. We can enlarge the 3D window a little bit. And then choose the button page. Now the button already changed to star bead as the one we registered. So to add, we can use button tool. We just need to left click to add. And then we can use select and move button to adjust its placement, or we can do the same in 2D window. We can adjust the angle to make the rotation. We can select the button, and we can change the width value to a smaller size. So I type 15 millimeters to make it smaller. And we can also change the material type, for example metal, so it will become a metallic bead. So I will use button 2 again. Left click on the 3D or 2D to add more stars. After that, we can use select and move button to adjust the positions. And you can see the change in 2D window as well. Let's open render window and then choose interactive render. So select the custom button, and then now we are going to zoom in to see the results clearly. Change the material type to glass, and this is one of the material we can only see in render. And we can also change the color to maybe yellow as well. You can change another color that you like. So that's it. This is the tutorial to teach you how to make the fur pom-pom, the fur trim, and the custom beads for the Christmas hat. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.